Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we have got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige class for you. And from the race, not the race, it's the Complete Warrior, we have the Master Thrower. Alright, so let's talk about the Master Thrower. We're going to talk about what they are, we're going to talk about what it takes to get in, we're going to talk about what they get, and of course, finally, we're going to talk about how good they are and how you could potentially use them in a build. So let's get started. Alright, so basically the Master Thrower, it's a somewhat loose but close organization that transcends alignment of people who just really like throwing weapons. That's really their thing. They like throwing their weapons. That's how they fight. They tend to like each other. They tend to avoid conflict with other Master Throwers if possible. They even have like secret signs that they use to like try and identify each other so that they know when they see another Master Thrower to be like, oh, he's cool. Like let's try and avoid conflict if we can. Like they're still gonna fight if they have to, but they will take any reasonable measure they can to avoid fighting another one of their one of their ranks. I don't know why I said one of their members. That's just weird. Anyways, the Master Thrower. That's more or less what they are. They're fairly simple to describe. I mean, they're a group that really likes throwing things. They tend to do well at, carnivals and stuff. They're pretty good at putting on a show because unlike other forms of combat, you can just throw your stuff at like some wood or whatever. That works pretty good. Or you can do it at some throw stuff at animals and stuff. That can work at other types of events as well. It really depends on the crowd, to be honest. But that's basically that's the prestige class in terms of the flavor. So let's talk about what it takes to actually enter this prestige class. Spoiler alert, not that much actually. First off, you need a base attack bonus of +5, which is one of the harder things I would say for it. Sleight of hand 4 ranks, not bad. That's actually very low on ranks, and it requires point blank shot, precise shot, and weapon focus with any thrown weapon. And that's it. That's all it takes. Most of those feats are ones you're going to want anyways. Weapon focus is the only one that's questionable, although weapon focus is kind of a requirement to make a lot of the stuff for this class work. Although it gets some really good stuff with that, so we'll come back to that. But yeah, that's what it takes to get in. And let's get started on what they get. Alright, so what they get is, first off, good base attack bonus, which is good, obviously. They get a good reflex save, although bad fort and will, so not too terrible. They have a D8 hit dice, so could be better, but not the end of the world. And they have skills of 4+ int with a pretty good skill list, so not too bad on that. And now let's talk about some of the things they get. First off, they get Quick Draw as a bonus feat at first level, so that's cool. Not a bad, just kind of free feat there. Then they're going to get Weapon Tricks. They're going to get this at first, third, and fifth level, so you're only going to get 3. But they're pretty good. I'm going to go over each of them. So first off, you get Deadeye Shot. That one is not a terrible one. That one will basically make it so that your crit range, not crit range, your crit damage multiplier is up by 1. So if you're doing ×2 damage, now you're doing ×3. If you're doing ×3, now you're doing ×4. If you're doing ×4, now you're doing ×5. So your crits are going to sting a little bit more. And all these things only work for weapons that you have weapon focus on. So any ranged weapon that you have weapon focus on, you can do these with. So that's part of what I was getting at with weapon focus being required. One of the downsides with this is I think there is a feat that'll actually do that, and this won't stack with it. So yeah, it actually specifically says it doesn't stack with anything else that will increase the the crit damage. So yeah, next up you have Defensive Throw. This one's actually pretty good. So Defensive Throw will make it so that you don't have to You don't take attacks of opportunity when throwing weapons in melee combat. You do have to make a concentration check equal to 10 plus the number of enemies that are in range, but that's not that hard. Like, odds are it's going to be a couple, and a DC 12, 13, 14, like, not really that hard to make. Just put some ranks in concentration, you'll be fine. Even with not too many, you'll still probably make it. Like, even with no ranks, you'll probably be okay. Although I do not recommend no ranks. Just because the DC is so low, like, the average is 10.5 plus your constitution, which, is probably going to be something. So, you got a better than average with no ranks, but put some ranks and make that more than just a better than average chance. So yeah, then you get double toss. Double toss is an all right one. Basically, that'll make it so that you can throw two. If you have a weapon in each hand, you can throw them both as a standard action. And on top of that, you get to do full strength damage on both of them instead of just full on the main hand and half on the offhand. So that's not too bad. Let's see. Palm throw is one of the best ones. That one will let you throw two small weapons, which does include shuriken and daggers, which is a big deal because ninja and rogue. So yeah, you can throw two small weapons with one attack roll, and this can be done like as part of a full attack. So every time you make an attack, you get two attacks. You cannot add your strength modifier on any of these attacks, but still you get twice as many, which is pretty nice. You are going to need a large number of weapons to make this work well, but it's not bad. Let's see. Then there's a sneaky shot. This one's pretty good if you're playing, like, again, a rogue or a ninja or a scout or something. Basically, you can make a check, a sleight of hand check versus your opponent's spot check. And if you make it, then it counts as a sneak. Then they are denied their dexterity bonus against the attack, which makes it count as a sneak attack. And it should also work for like sudden strike and everything too. So that's pretty nice. So you can get that nice extra damage on that. And of course, it's easier to hit because they are denied their dexterity bonus. So they're more or less considered flat-footed. Not necessarily flat-footed, but it's fairly similar. Trip shot's another decent one. Trip shot will make it so that at any time you hit somebody, you can attempt to make a tripped attempt. So I don't know how different this is from the regular rules, but you get 4 plus dex versus their strength either strength or dex, and then like other numbers might apply according to the trip rules. Then you get Tumbling Toss. That one just lets you will throw your weapons as part of a tumble, which is kind of cool if you're doing a lot of tumbles, which is actually a pretty good skill to have. You can just throw a weapon as part of that at any point during the tumble. And if you can make a DC 25 if you can make the tumble check, then you're good. If you can make at least a DC 25, then just everything works perfectly, and you just don't take attack of opportunity from it regardless of how many enemies. So that's nice. 2 with 1 blow, that's another decent one. Anytime you throw something at somebody, if there's 2 people right next to each other, you can have it hit both of them. Like, basically, you assume it just kind of splits the difference and gets them both. So yeah, you make 2 attack rolls, 2 damage rolls. One can potentially hit, one might not. One might crit, one might not. So, things can happen, but you basically make 2 attack rolls, making this weapon hit 2 people at once, which is kind of cool. Then finally, weak spot. Now this one does require 5th level in the class. So this one, if you take it, it has to be your 5th level one. It can't be your 1st or 3rd level. This one will let you make your thrown attack as a instead of a normal attack, you make it as a ranged touch attack, which is nice because that really lowers their AC a lot. Now you can't add your strength bonus for anytime you do this, but still pretty nice. And if you're doing palm throw, you already can't add your strength, so combining the two is pretty nice. I would say combining that with sneaky shots actually is like really good too, because then not only is it a range touch attack, but it's a range touch attack where they're denied their dex. So a lot of enemies are going to have like really, really low AC, like close to 10. Even, people with higher ACs, because you're able to, get around almost all their defenses between all of that. And these aren't things that are limited use. This can be every single attack. So you can get a lot of these in every turn. So yeah. And, potentially sneak attack or sudden strike on all of it. So really, really good. Yeah, and we're not done yet. Um, that's it for thrown weapon trick, but they also get evasion at second level. It can only be done while wearing light armor or no armor, but still decent. Just make sure you only wear light or no armor with this prestige class, which honestly you're probably going to be doing anyways. So yeah, not bad. On top of that, if you already have evasion, like maybe you have levels of rogue, now you have improved evasion. So this is a really good way to get improved evasion. It only takes 2 levels of this and 2 levels of rogue. Now of course you're going to need some other levels to actually get into this, but it's not too bad. Let's see. Yeah, you get the snatch arrows feat, which is just pretty good. It's just a good feat to have. You just get that at 4th level. Yeah, and then at 5th level you also get critical throw, which basically means that any thrown weapon that you have that has weapon focus, so if you have weapon focus on a thrown weapon, you have improved critical on it too. Weapon focus basically ends up counting for both, for any thrown weapon. Yeah, that's just something you get for that. So it could be just one feat, but if you're using a bunch of different weapons, it can add up to a lot of feats. Although it's not necessarily great to have a bunch of different weapons. It's kind of more efficient to just use one. But still, yeah. Is this a good prestige class? Yeah, it's definitely good. It would work great on a rogue or a ninja. Maybe a ranger too. Maybe don't take too many levels of ranger. Maybe take, just a couple to help you get into the class. Maybe go ranger ninja. I'm pretty sure there's a feat that actually helps things stack with that. So, maybe take like 2 or 3 levels of ranger, and then like 2 levels of ninja or whatever, and then go into this, gain your abilities, then maybe from there keep going ninja or ranger, however you want to do it. Get a whole lot of stuff. Oh wait, it's scout that gets that, and scout doesn't stack as well, but there's all sorts of stuff you can do. You can ninja or rogue. Yeah, definitely a good one. I would highly recommend this prestige class. I think some of the best ones. Defensive throw is one of the better ones too. Let's see, what's trip shot's not too bad either. But honestly, I think really the best ones are weak spot, palm throw, and then sneaky shot. Those are the ones that I think really, really stand out and really work well together. One of the biggest downsides to this is that you have to only pick 3. There's no way to get a 4th one. So that is a bit of an issue. But all in all, it's a great prestige class. Only 5 levels, so not that bad. Leaves you pretty open for other options. The fact that it's only 5 levels does mean that it is ineligible for epic progression. You can only ever take those 5 levels, but hey, it's still 5 levels. That's still, and you get a lot for them. So pretty good. Let me know what you guys think about the Master Thrower down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. That really helps out the channel. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 videos. I do one on every single class, race, and prestige class in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video. But anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you